A very good morning to each and every one of you. At the outset, I wish to express my sincerest gratitude to the Meghalaya AIDS Control Society and the Department of Health and Family Welfare, Govt of Meghalaya, for having invited me to this wonderful program here today. Greetings and gratitude to our respected Commissioner and Secretary, Health and Family Welfare Department, Dr. Joram Bedas sir. Also my colleague, Madam Rosette Kurba, Deputy Commissioner, East Khasi Hills District, Project Director, Dr. De Cruz, who has welcomed us and who has invited all of us and put together this wonderful program together with her team. The entire team from NACO who are here, Dr. Bhavna Rao, Dr. Sai Prasad, and all the other representatives from the national body. All the doctors and officers of the Health Department, Govt of Meghalaya, DHS, the project directors and the representatives from the SACs of all the 8 northeastern states, and all invitees to today's program, including principals of schools and colleges, NGOs, the community of PLHAs, the Dorbar Shnong, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, my dear youth representing the different states of the Northeast, as well as students of different educational institutions from within Shillong and Meghalaya. I congratulate NACO as well as MAX for organizing this beautiful and very, very meaningful program, which is the Red Fest, the Northeast Multimedia Campaign 2024. I understand that Shillong is hosting this in turn after Sikkim had hosted it last year. And it is the culmination of a series of programs held across various states to enlighten the public and to create awareness amongst the general population on the importance of educating ourselves about the preventive measures against AIDS and HIV through the means of popular media, through a language which we speak in common, that is through music, through art, through visual culture, and also through different forms of cultural expressions of the youth. As I entered this morning, I saw the different stalls which have been set up, the beautiful visuals, artwork, the wall art with the handprints of all the invitees who have come here today, the colorful umbrellas hanging from the ceiling with very important messages on them. And I think it is truly a commendable effort from NACO and from MAX and all the states to put together this collaborative program which involves not just one department. For after having heard the data which Dr. Bhavna Rao had presented before us, it really brings to mind and stresses the point that the fight against HIV and AIDS cannot and should not be the preserve of a single department or the health department. As a community, as a state, as joint stakeholders, we have to come together and give in and pitch in to help support this movement and to bring about a change. From the Sports and Youth Affairs Department, we are very happy to collaborate and to be a part of this fight. Indeed, in many events in the past years and in several programs of the department which support the youth to take up meaningful vocations, to undertake training in sports and in different skilling opportunities. The ultimate objective is, yes, to strive for the pursuit of excellence, but at the same time to ensure that young people have a meaningful distraction or are steered away from the common temptations or the evils that beset our society today. We have heard that Meghalaya and the Northeastern Sisters are amongst the states with the highest incidence and growth and prevalence of HIV and AIDS in the country. It is truly alarming, and therefore the need to work not just to increase the awareness and to, increase the testing, the treatment, and the prevention for high-risk groups, which includes drug injectors, sex workers, and other high-risk groups, but also to bring about a behavioral change and mental awareness first and foremost amongst our young people. Educating oneself is truly a weapon which can help us in turn to make a constructive change in the society around us. As my dear colleague had stated, truly awareness precedes change. And today's program, yes, it may look, it may look on the outside to be full of pomp and finery, and we will be having wonderful display of musical talent, but let us not forget the meaning behind it, which is that through this channel, we want to ensure that we reach the last mile. Each and every young person, and it is never too early to get yourself educated about what HIV is, how it spreads, what are the preventive measures, who are the high-risk groups, what do we do if our friend, if our colleague, or if our peer comes to us and says that I'm afraid I may have contracted or I may be at risk. At that time, my dear friends, it is very important that we deal with it with empathy, with patience, with understanding, and with love. The biggest problem amongst others is the stigma and the taboo which we still face as a society, not just in our discrimination against people who we think are affected by this disease or actual affected population, but also the unwillingness to speak up about it, that we consider it as a taboo subject in our homes, in our places of worship, in our schools, in our workplaces. Let it no longer be a taboo subject. Let us speak about it openly, so that through this, somebody who is at risk, somebody who is afraid and reticent and unwilling to come forward can truly be empowered to take the first step towards changing and saving his or her life. So once again, I congratulate the efforts of NACO, MAX, and all the Red Ribbon Clubs and all the groups who have been working with us for this. Recently, in the recently concluded Meghalaya Games in the month of January in Tura, one of the biggest messages of the Games was also to fight for a drug-free Meghalaya. And in line with that, we hope that through involving our youth in meaningful, educative, and constructive activities, they will be able to steer clear of these temptations and be able to forge a meaningful and life for themselves and contribute to society at large. Once again, I wish all the various clubs and groups and musicians the very best in the program to come, and I congratulate the organizers of this event, and I wish it the heartiest success. Khublai Mithila, Jai Hind.